Here we are. We are here. This is kind of like episode number 2. So first of all, we introduced 𝗕𝗀𝗁𝗏 a while back, had a little conversation, and then today's guest we had the opportunity to meet. So here we are. Without any further ado, everybody, welcome Zachary Beach to the show.
Hey, Brett. Excited to be here, my man.
Man, how's it going?
Living the dream.
Awesome. Well, that's great, man. Well, I mentioned it there just briefly, 𝗕𝗀𝗁𝗏. And so first of all, for the listeners who didn't catch that first episode, what is 𝗕𝗀𝗁𝗏?
Yeah, well, smartrealestatecoach.com, or we're known as our Wicked Smart community, because we're up here in New England, so obviously going to be wicked smart. We share with people how to buy real estate without cash, credit, or banks. And really, that's also known as buying on terms or buying on creative financing. Because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is maximize our investors' ability to solve problems. Because when you buy real estate with creative financing, you have the tools that most traditional investors do not have, so we can solve a lot more problems, which of course leads to a lot more profits. I was a bartender and personal trainer, so as you can imagine, I was working super late nights. And then I was working really early mornings. And I started that at about 21 years old. And I did that all the way to almost 25. And I got super burnt out. So I knew that I needed to figure out a different way to get ahead. Now, I'm sure many of your listeners can feel that exact same way, whether you're in your early 20s or in your 50s or 60s at this point. And so I looked for an alternative method, and of course, I was lucky enough that a family member, or my father-in-law, who's in real estate for 20-something years up until that point, and he started this new real estate business doing creative financing because he got crushed in 2008. So I approached him and said, "Hey, I don't know if I'm going to like real estate, but it's going to be better than what I'm doing right now." And so then I jumped in, joined the family business. That was a decade ago, and kind of burned the ships, Cortez style, about 4 months in when I was pretty close to getting my first deal, and from there, it's kind of been history. It's a lot of it was being naive, right? When you first get started, and as an entrepreneur in general, and I was doing it at 24 years old is when I started. There's a lot of things you don't know. So the biggest jump has been, learning the ins and outs of not just my position, but the ins and outs of everybody's position. I was lucky enough where I did start with zero real estate experience. So I had to learn everything from just being able to simply talk to people, to the rules and laws of real estate, to how deals are structured, to what the heck mortgages were, how they operated, to then eventually growing a team, to then being able to manage assets in a portfolio, to then go through some pretty significant ups and downs in just that portfolio, to then also going through COVID, which was a completely different experience in real estate as well. And doing that at the same time as growing and understanding our entire real estate investment portfolio, but then also growing and scaling at the exact same time our real estate coaching company at Smart Real Estate Coach. So the biggest thing I think was just really, learning the skill sets of being a business owner and an entrepreneur to eventually be able to, lead and guide and build the team, which is what I spend a majority of my time doing now, which is really like setting the vision and building the team and getting the resources together to ensure that we consistently are hitting our goals on all fronts. We are at a point now where I'm so lucky we started 10 years ago because the market has just been primed over the past 24 months. It happened a lot during COVID. We had some giant spikes of people were scared and needed alternative options because they didn't want to show properties. That's kind of faded away. And really what we've discovered now is the true essence is with high interest rates, there's a lot of properties that people can't get out of, meaning they're trying to sell to somebody that has to go get a high interest rate. And that particular person, now this asset doesn't make sense to them. And even if it did, if they wanted to move into as a homeowner, their debt to income ratio, they might not even allow them to be able to go get a loan at that point. And then you have all of these people that are in distress, which, it's the average American has a 650 credit score or less. It's 70% of Americans. You have the highest that they've had since 2012 in credit card debt. You have the highest amount of defaults on company loans since 2008. So these are these companies that are failing, right? Or having challenges. So you have all these distressed people that need help, and it's hard for them to get out of them. So using these creative financing strategies now gives a solution. Oh, and by the way, the people that are distressed have good loans. So now we're really able to create a solution because we as real estate investors can actually make profits if you know how to do it because there's good loans there. So just like anybody, right? I'm not a big fan of investing in things I don't understand. So even if I have all the capital in the world, I'm not going to just go put it into a piece of real estate if I don't understand how it's going to work. So I would encourage everyone to do their research and dive in, and I'll make sure you guys get a free book when we hop off here, because I'm guessing all you physicians are going to want to be wicked smart, right? And we'll read books. So it's all about understanding how the deal comes about, right? Because then most physicians, would be my guess, is it's not that they're like, money, it's not like a shortage in money. Typically it's a shortage in time. So if we understand exactly how the deals work, then now, even as the physician, you can pinpoint the deals that are going to fall into your time frame for you to be able to create money on, and whether that means no money down or that means that you put some money into it. But I can almost guarantee you that even if you have to put some money into the deal, it's going to be significantly less than if you go buy something with traditional financing. It's also going to be significantly easier for you to scale your portfolio because you're not personally guaranteeing the debt. You don't have to keep going back to the bank or keep putting down that 20% to get that traditional loan. And it's honestly going to more than likely cash flow significantly better as well, because you're getting better interest rates because there's loans that are 3, 5, 10 years old that you're acquiring. So learn first, then understand how you can best maximize these strategies in your current business model or to get into your first deal. And then from there, continue to grow it. I mean, we interviewed Brian Tracy one time, and we always said that it was, 80% mindset. And he was like, no, it's 90% mindset at least. And you continue to see that because, and if we just bring it down to like the most simple version, right? There's the fixed and the growth mindset. Like the physician that's listening to this and says, well, I don't got time. I'm happy where I'm at. I don't want to get uncomfortable and potentially start a business and get more involved in real estate to propel, my retirement. They're not going to be the ones that are going to come join the community, right? Mm-hmm. It's the one that's listening right now that's like, oh my God, if I could get 10 deals and I could do that and I could do that over and over again for the next 10 years, I would be worth $10 million. And how do I do that, right? So it's that growth mindset that then propels that forward. So what does that actually mean? That means that we when it comes to mindset, we have to be able to help people realize their current behaviors and how to change them, because the behaviors are going to produce the results. And then we got to continue to help people work through the challenges that they're going to face as a new entrepreneur or a new real estate investor. Because as you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of things that are challenging and a lot of things are going to make you feel uncomfortable. So it's how do we constantly help people overcome the paradigms or the behaviors that have created the results that they've gotten today, and be able to help them evolve and change that